Since Johnson & Johnson applied for emergency use authorization for its vaccine yesterday, there's been a lot of focus on its efficacy. People have expressed concerns that the numbers appear lower than both the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines. But like in so many cases, context matters here. On a global scale, Johnson & Johnson says trials show its one-shot vaccine is 66% effective. Here in the United States, efficacy is about 72% effective at preventing both moderate and severe illness. When they isolate it to just severe illness, it jumps to 85% effective. And at 28 days after the vaccination, it shows complete protection against hospitalization and deaths. Compare that with flu vaccines, which according to the CDC are between 40 and 60% effective. While health experts are still unsure how long immunity lasts, the long-term effects of the vaccine are promising. Over time, 2 doses of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines eventually reach 100% effectiveness. The same goes for the single dose of Johnson & Johnson. When deciding which vaccine to get, doctors say there's no wrong answer. Pick the one most available to you.